Tell me, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Locked Into Wisdom That Exceeds Time. It's something I have to learn to get credence to because we be so saturated with everything that's going on in the world. And all the time we miss our call. So what I do over here is I stick to the Bible. I like to go in the Bible, read the Bible, and see what the Most High is saying. And upon learning, put it to the test. The Bible tells you test all things. I'd rather do that than to go along with what's happening in the world. I was created to be different. Everybody's different. We're not all the same. No matter how this one or that one, nah, you still coming under yokes of bondage. Why? Because it all leads back to a system. Have credit to be able to, you meet their standards, then they give you the credit, you go and put the money down to make a purchase. On an asset that's going to make money, or an asset that's going to devalue. This is law. So you go to work to be able to perform at your highest, right? Well, it's the same thing with the work. But then there's so many nuances with it that disconnects you from the world. This book does not lead you to looking for things in the world to, like when I read this instruction, Joshua chapter 1 verse, matter of fact, we go to the beginning, Genesis chapter 1. That's why I love the Bible. But it's going to take you somewhere. It's not just a regular book. It's going to take you somewhere, family, different than how we've been taught. I'm talking about the spirit and the instruction that was given to our ancestors. I'm talking about the spirit that's in the instruction that was given by the Messiah. That's the eternal. He's not giving you instructions to go into a land and to establish God's righteousness. No. He's establishing it in you. Then you're going about in righteousness. And the world will get to see a reflection of Yahuwah through you and everything you got going on. But you're the architect. You're the architect because you're getting your assignment from the Creator. And you're going out there as His all-powerful, all-knowing? No. But in His image and after His likeness. And when you come and when you connect, which is in you 24/7, you don't have to chase that or go looking for it. He's in you. Now, what activates it is adhering to the instruction. You're not going to see Him in corporate America or in democracy. You're not going to see the kingdom at work. Remember, Christ said, let me go from the beginning. Genesis 1, because the Father gave us instructions right there that still carry to this day and time. Everybody can agree that we are children of the Most High, right? We agree that He created us in the beginning in His image and after His likeness, right? Okay, so we can accept His instruction. We don't have to back. It doesn't matter who you are, your age. Said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. That's rulership, family. So you are like your Creator. If He gave you rulership, then that means you should get the instruction that it takes for you to rule as a sign of obedience to your Creator. That ain't, and so when you hear me telling people, no, I don't know about a job, I'm not telling people not to work. Because in order to have dominion, that means you got to be working something, right? And if you just work in your brain, you invested in something. and it's working for you. But then you gotta understand the nuances. It ain't gonna look like the world. No. Of the source and the things he created, which are not the things of the world that we see and the rewards. Like, look at your dollar. The nations, the Strait of Hormuz. I just made a video on my face, put it out there in real time so people will see how that spirit is moving in real time. And there is no borders. It's all who will receive. We talking about the spirit. We're not talking about what was given to Moses. Yes, the law is not done away with. No, but you got to understand when Yahushua is speaking, he's speaking of a greater. So what we receive down here is for down here. But what we receive. So I'm not saying Moses don't count. No, don't keep, because common sense tell you can't go out there and kill people, but you gotta have the right spirit in you to even get there. That's the part we miss, the instruction and the practicing and doing. This is what you praying. You're the vessel. His spirit is in you. You go get it done. You know what I'm saying? It's a way because he tells us you have the dominion to do it. So anybody, anytime I'm coming on here talking about what I can't do, y'all should check me because I can do all things through Christ because it's a spirit that's universal. I don't care where you working. You can feel that spirit. That's your determination. That's your dedication. That's your steadfastness. Staying 10 toes down on that good and perfect will. His will is for you to be prosperous and successful at whatever you do. Why? Because you're a mini him. You can't be a loser. You don't. You just don't. We don't have losers. I hear people, oh, they'll never get it. They ain't got no job. But that's because it ain't showing up on your grid. Your grid meaning this area where you're comfortable in. That's in your world. We not confined to the world. It was broken. So how do you figure you following a broken covenant? You better wake up. That's why the Most High is here. The kingdom. The governor of the kingdom of heaven is here. The Holy Spirit. That's what we lost in the beginning. That's what's going to give you the power. That's what's going to give you the authority. To give you that unction to move in that capacity. To know that you can do that. You know? I can stop right there on that. But he gave you instruction to do that. Verse 28, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it. He ain't gonna tell me go get no credit. Ain't nothing wrong with it, use it. If that's what you do. And have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth on the earth. Dominion. In order for us to be successful according to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and every act will make thy way prosperous in every aspect of your life. And watch the work that it does. That's all I can say. I can't evangelize, and I know, yeah, hearing will prick your ear, but then people want to see. Pay attention. Your brothers and sisters, some of us have never been, powered by the city, powered by the system. Everything we do, we go out there and do it from the work of these hands and sell it on the market all day. I can teach a nation with it. So I know it's good, ain't no questioning that. But that's like, even with this word, we look at it like it's just a given. There's no power to it. We speaking something. Family, it's time to come alive. I come alive when I hear this thing. You know what I'm saying? To know that this is who we are, back to the beginning. Yeah, the borrower becomes a slave to the lender. Because now you owe and you have to pay. Well, why not own your own? You become your own. You become the Deuteronomy 28. chapter 4 is that word Lord. And the word Lord goes back to Jehovah, but we know it's Yahuwah. Thy God. God in the Hebrew is Elohim. Elohim. To observe and to do all his commandments. What are his commandments? His instructions, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. He's talking to his people, and you can tell who they are naturally because he's speaking. The covenant is okay. These are rituals given to the people to operate in the land. But then there was a greater. This is the schoolmaster. When you hear him say the schoolmaster, to bring you to the Messiah, because the Messiah is the word that he gave you. And when you enter into him, meaning be like him, that go your role model. That go your role model. And it ain't gonna be no easy walk. Being chosen is not easy. People gonna deny you, family. They'll deny the truth. And they rather see the lie. Because I don't know. But I choose that all may come into life. Get this word in, you know it, and teach others. And it shall come to pass. Okay. Above all nations. Now, one of the curses and all these blessings, verse 2, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahuwah thy Elohim. Verse 3, blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Verse 4, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. So if you having problems out the world in their systems, they telling you no, I can't get A, B, C, or D that I need to put in place to move forward with my agenda to establish my business and so me and my household, then that's not a system that I'm gonna deal with. I don't give a shit how long people been dealing with it. I know it's a problem because first of all, it's not based on the law. God gave you specific instruction that would ensure success and prosperity and success. You ain't got to grapple with them with this. Oh, why should we give you a job? The fuck you mean? Why should we give you a job? Or why should we give you a loan? I'm a United States citizen doing business, and you credit is the form of currency that we use, and you give credit to you lend to those who establish businesses because you know they're going to need a leg up to be able to afford things to put in place to make this a success, right? That's common sense. So why in the hell are you asking me these dumbass questions and then deny me? So that's why I don't follow the world. I don't put my faith in nothing they got going on because I went and got a book of instructions, video for it that has instruction. Okay, we looked at all that, looked at the procedure, the instruction. Okay, this is what you need. These are the tools we need. Here's what the brakes look like. Here's the rotors. I explained the brake assembly so he'll know what he was going to remove and replace. Shit, we went and got straight to it. No problem. I set the jack and showed him the jack points under that car. Jacked that car up, took the wheels off, showed him how to take the wheel lugs loose. Took that wheel off, got straight to it, no problem. Pointed out caliper hold down screws, took those off, took the old pads out, took the old hardware out, smacked them in there. I had to help them because they're hardware. Yeah, sticking points. A light tap. And then there's a light tap with a little small ball peen hammer I used. He probably wouldn't have thought of that. He would have thought about being a rookie. He'd think that's not something he's accustomed to. But that he's doing it, he's excited. And he's committed to it because he's able to do it. You see how the simplicity of it, like this all you do. Like, yeah, but you gotta pay attention because there's an instruction. And that instruction teaches you how to diagnose. You know how the system works. You know what it's comprised of. So now you can look at it and use certain tools to test things. You might want to test a rotor runout, the thickness of the rotors, make sure they're within compliance. Or that's an opportunity to sell rotors. Check the brake fluid, make sure it's up to par. Sell them a bleed. You want to bleed the brakes after you put the brake pads on there. That way, because you don't know if they come in and tell you, well, the paddle can't go down. Okay, we're gonna bleed them too. Charge them. You charge them. They gonna need it. They want a safe and sound and secure automobile. They want you to deliver. Man, sell them that job. See, but a novice, they won't think like that. But you teach them. And you teach them more so pay attention to what I be saying and watch what it leads to. Because I'm not just speaking from I'm not just speaking because I sound good or know some information. The tactic is to sell, serve, and sell. Around the clock we selling. The conversation gonna lead to selling this service. Whatever conversation we have, my conversation gonna lead to my gifts or and vice versa. And I'm gonna sell that service. I just got a call for a job. But I don't know what something wrong with our people. I believe. But sisters like he told me it was the front. I gave him a price. So when she called, I'm like, it's that being not out. And she's like, why you wanna know that? I'm like, and but this Range Rovers, ZL1s, what other high-end cars? Stop playing with me. Volvos. Black people got that shit bad. I don't understand y'all. It don't matter what fucking car it is. A nigga in AutoZone done touched it. So if y'all think y'all got a car that's strictly exclusive, where you got to take it to the, you feel, you got to do it this way or that. Look, listen, you gonna get your car fixed in a respectful, upright manner. Ain't gonna be no shortcuts, no playing no games. We're gonna assemble and disassemble, reassemble, clean and everything. You're gonna get a thorough job done on the car. But I'm like, no, I want to know because you saying the back brakes, it's gonna cost way more. I'm like, what kind of car? Because I want to look it up. You may have a park assist. I don't know these things right off the top. You go in a dealership to buy a part, they're gonna ask you what year, make, and model. So they can look up and you tell them the part, they're gonna look it up to see how it looks. So that you know to go fucking what part to go and get you. And I'm listening like, oh no. Could have been they ain't had the bread. They probably couldn't afford Wayne because I told them 75 for the front and that's for the low. They want 200 per axle out here. Black people, stop fucking playing. When somebody can bring up, give you a good offer, in spite of, okay, the world charges 200 per axle just to put brakes on. Can you buy that? No, I call myself, I'm gonna stop doing that. I call myself giving our people a good price. But it's something, and it ain't the men, it's the women. Like, what the fuck? Where you at? I'll pull up and fix that shit in 5 seconds. Stop playing. All them cars are the same to me. Although they not the same, they function to do the same job, but they don't function in the same manner going about it. But they pretty much are designed to do the same things. But how they go about achieving it is different. And I'm like, man, black people, stop acting like y'all got some shit ain't no that brothers haven't worked on before. It don't matter where he at. If he in the fucking alley, you know what I'm saying? You want your car fixed, go get your car fixed. Y'all be asking all these dumbass questions. If I can't fix the car, I'm not thirsty for your money. Because first of all, you coming to where my people stay. Oh, they don't mean nothing. That mean a whole lot, because then you gonna go harassing them. And then they get into a heated exchange. I'm not planting them type seeds. I'm a stand-up type dude. I can go anywhere in the city. I don't have no problems. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with people, I deal straight up. I don't play no games. Then I'm looking to make you a long-term A long term. I'm making this out to make you a long term contributor to what I got going on. You driving that car, you pretty soon that attitude finna change. And the dealer finna rob your ass, whoever, wherever they go, they gonna rob our ass. I ain't gonna lose no sleep. Now I got to make this shirt. Go put these shirts together. But I want to touch on that. The lender and the borrower. Bring that up. Verse 41, Deuteronomy 28:41. Thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. We know that happened to the Negroes. All that other people talking about, these are signs the Most High spoke on when he gave Moses the covenant to give to our ancestors. These things gonna be on you because you broke the covenant. The word it speaks specifically to that. So how we let them sell us that bullcrap about who we are and all this and that? No, that's why I don't follow the world. Your system is destructive. It's destructive to the gods. We're the children of the Most High. Ye are gods, children of the Most High. You're not him, big G, you little G. So yeah, I'm gonna act like little G. I'm not acting like these world. I ain't no fucking politician. I don't ascribe to be none or strive to be none. I don't care what they doing because it's not gonna stand. They not building upon this word. If any man build anything, let it be based on the word of God. Or yeah, for a time you might get it up, but will it last? Stop playing. Thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Verse 42. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. These are things that were spoken that will happen to God's people. What do they complain? What do Negroes complain about all day? You just heard me talking about the SBA, Small Business Association. Them bastards playing games. As soon as you open a business, you're an American citizen. They know who the fuck I was when they gave me the birth certificate. They still know. If I never signed nothing in note with no address on it, they know where to find me. All of a sudden, you don't know me. You don't know me when it comes to opening doors, but you know me when you want me to spend some money and work for your ass. Like, this is a slavery system, family. They not looking to empower you to do shit. That's why I say get the knowledge and go out there and practice and empower yourself. That's what's gonna give you rulership and dominion. But it ain't. It's different. You talking about entrepreneurship? It's a whole different vibe, family. You gonna be working for yourself, so it ain't gonna look like a corporate America. It's gonna look like that work you put in. Do you have faith in yourself, irregardless of what the fuck going on with the world? And if what you have is it established on truth, because right now, a lot of people finna lose their business. They depending on the system. Well, your system cut down because Iran said they tired of your ass. They tired of your controls. I mean, they tired of your president and how they do business. I don't blame them. You gonna respect us or get your ass on. How do you go and talk to nations, threaten them and bomb them and expect them to do business? What the fuck? You are enemy. You are op. I never do no business with you. Get your ass out of here. I'll send something at you. Any of my people in your land over there acting like they scared. Yeah, okay. Quit playing. I ain't going to get into that conversation no more, but you know what time it is. I'm sending something right back at your ass. I'm going to show you, just like they doing. I wouldn't be reckless, but you made you a threat. You trying to destroy a whole damn people. And all that time about bombing their oil fields, you doing wicked shit because you failed and knowing you failed from the start, even conceiving the idea. Like, what the? Y'all losers. And these the people, they'll tell you they want you to ascribe to. They ain't on shit. We what made things, we the ones got it popping. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Them people ain't no shit. And even black people, and they being in a lost state, family, you still got it cracking. Everybody want to be like you, sound like you, dress like you. You don't. You are God's children of the Most High. That's you. You can reject it, but I ain't. Verse 42. All thy trees. Now, verse 43, 44. He shall lend to thee. Thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Because you relying on him. But you can overcome that. That's why Christ came to bring the kingdom. The kingdom don't submit to the will of no man, no law your government passed, no democracy, none of your religion. I don't care what you name. The spirit don't succumb to none of that. You said words have power. You know this, right? That's what you walk in. Walk on by. While they out here in confusion, killing each other, panicking, and well, God said plant the seed, and He's gonna give it increase. That's His land. That ain't their land. You better check it before you plant it in their land, because they don't tell them what the hell they did to the land. You got all this land, but ain't no animals on it. Where the hell are you getting the food from? He shall lend to thee, and see, that's why you need your own money, because we'll build a system that has these things. You know, I know how to get on the phone with Africa. Look, we need woo woo. I know who got the raw mineral resources. You don't need them. They ain't got nothing. And then they gonna tax you. Stop playing. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahuwah thy Elohim, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So now that you know, that means it's time to do something about it. Come out of the world. We don't want to hear nothing they talking about. You replace what they doing with this word. Verse 64. The Lord shall scatter thee among all people. That's the Negroes. Yeah, because as a people, a nation, that's what happened to you. We're the evidence. My last name. It happened to our ancestors, but it still carries on to this day. My last name comes from Welsh. Welsh is a part of the United Kingdom. So, you know what I'm saying? They ass need to take responsibility for what they did. Just because, no, get y'all ass out of here. It's on his right hand with his majesty. The rest of the people just, man, they just, whew, Jesus, wake up. I pray for them. I ain't going to talk about them. Wake them up, Father. Only you have the power. That's what I'm going to speak of on all people. From the one end of the earth unto the other. And there thou serve gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So if that's who your family would serve, if y'all were Christians, why did they beat the shit out of our ancestors? Before they put them on the boat to become a Christian, and once they was on there, why? Then when they got over here, they read from the book, which the book is not a Christian book. It's the book of the law. It's the word of God. It don't have nothing to do with no religion, not even Judaism. It's an instruction given to God's people. And all men are instructed to get to know him, to follow him. All men. But particularly to his people. That's there, and that's your lifetime job, black man and woman. That's why you don't fit in. You wasn't born to fit in. You was born to lead. Don't let them tell you that shit about because you ain't got no money. You got the Most High in you. And if they support what you're doing as sons and daughters of God, with your gifts, you'll be able to spread your wings. You create things of value. You know they're neat. And they should support what you're doing. But that's too much like right. We talk this shit about we the sons and daughters of God, but I don't, family. I take that with a grain of salt because your actions don't show it. Our people put instructions in front of you like the world, like democracy. That's not God's law. That ain't how it go. Stop playing. Verse 68. And Yahuwah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. They never went in Egypt by ships. So we understand that Egypt represents a place that will be like Egypt. Read Genesis 46. That means something, family. So we stop having this debate about, oh, they were Deuteronomy 28:68 is talking about Egypt. No, they didn't go in there on ships. They walked. Read Genesis 45 and 46. God called out to Jacob and told him, fear not to go into Egypt, for there I will make of thee a great nation. It just so happened the Canaanite took over. Wasn't no Egyptian Pharaoh in there when they started putting them in hard bondage. That was I think an Ammonite. That was a Canaanite son who took over the gates of Egypt and said, come, let us deal wisely with them. Like today, they hearing black people talking about the Iranians said we safe. We safe in God's arms. Iran don't have no beef with us. We don't have no problem with Iran. Not that we running from none, but we just don't have Iran don't have no problems with us. And I'm not including myself in what your politicians doing, because your politicians don't represent my interests and my dependents' interests. No, they don't. Now they might be scared to tell you. Our elders might go along with that shit, but I'm not. And the tide is turning. It's time for us. Your turn. The kingdom ain't built off because you the oldest. Yeah, we respect our elders, but that ain't have power. It's set up in the kingdom. No. Thank God, because they got access to a lot of things, but that I don't go along with whatever the hell they follow. They feel like, oh no, he don't need nothing. We ain't helping him. Like, who the fuck raised y'all? Where's the love? They'll be the main one talking about they don't love everybody. But you Christ like. Like, what the fuck? Y'all got a form of religion. A form. That's why you hear us out here speaking this word. It's imperative. Because if we don't, the world will be lost. Following y'all. Following the world. Like, man, wake y'all ass up. I love you too much to tell you anything different. Now, the average person might take it personal, like, how are you talking about people? Easy. If I don't, then y'all just allow things to go on and persist, and we'll be in trouble. No, family, I'm not staying stuck on shit. We're gonna build. We're gonna tear down what's in the way and build. And we're gonna tell whoever wrong, they ass wrong. Get it right. We ain't going along with that shit. Get it right. And with that, I got to go. Peace. Power. Real power.